Hello, Jim Howard here in Fort Worth, Texas. Today's date, it's June 1st of 2022, and it's 8:10 p.m. I'm not going to play my little introduction. Well, yes, I am. I've shortened this a little bit. Last week I did it, but you probably didn't notice. I'll shorten it again and, Jim Howard here in Fort Worth, Texas. Thanks very much for watching. Whoops, that camera. Oh, there it is. So, I think if you've been watching my videos, you will have known that for the last several years, one of my grown daughters and her son, my grandson, has lived right here in this apartment complex, across from us. We could see each other's apartments, outer patio doors and everything. She finally bought her a place outside of Fort Worth where there's land and some water and all types of stuff. So she's really happy. She's all her stuff has been moved out, all their stuff has been moved out to the new place, and all the cats are out there now. But she's going to have to come back for a day or so and clean the place. When my ex-wife, who was living next door with my grown son, when they moved over into this apartment with me, it cut down on all of our expenses because we share. But Hillary, the apartment over there next door, that my ex-wife and grown son, it needed a lot of cleaning and a lot of, and Hillary is a worker. I tell you, she spent the night there. Darlene and Jimmy had moved over here, and Hillary went over there, and the place looked almost like new, which I didn't think you could accomplish. Hillary is a hard worker in everything that she does. So she's going to be cleaning that place, tomorrow. But poor Hillary, she's one of those people that people take advantage of, that they can take advantage of them in order to move the stuff that she had there out to her new place. She got a moving company, and they said that the maximum, they explained to her what, mileage and all this kind of stuff, and they told her that the maximum that they would charge would be $1,200, and they charged her double that. That's unbelievable. What else? Hillary, I don't know if you can see, this is that Amazon Basic chair. And I'm going to sound, well, if you watch my videos, you know I am incompetent. But I'm going to sound incompetent. I purchased this chair, and now Amazon has a thing for $50. There's a lot of things, but like chairs. Of course, this chair cost about $100, so, and I think it'll probably last a year. Unfortunately, that's, you know, I've mentioned this before. I've just found that, you know, chairs just don't, I guess I'm a really fat ass, you know. I mean, I'm not over the limit that they say. Let's see, I'm going to pull a picture of this chair up here someplace. Let's see, where do I need to go? I need to go to start and go to Amazon and go to orders. Here it is. And I'm not kidding, you know, that when you go to, let me, okay, take care of this here. You know, this is the chair. Okay, it's $83. I thought it was about $100, but, well, that's close to $100. And what I did is I put this thing together. I took my time. I have arthritis really bad, and, you know, doing anything, bending down and doing anything. But what I had this chair back, you know, the seat. I had the front and the back and the back and the front. And then I tried putting this thing up, and that was a mess. Anyway, Hillary came over and she fixed it. So now I'm saying it's really nice. I mean, it's a cheap chair, you know. But, whoops. Do you see a frame around there or not? I do, anyway. So anyway, she fixed the chair, so it's really nice. I mean, I'm sitting finally, and I ended up with two other chairs. You know, one, they're both white. One of them is smaller than the other, and of course, it's not doesn't recline, or of course, I've never reclined in these chairs or anything like that. I figure it's lucky if I can just sit in it and do my stuff. But anyway, so I've ended up with a couple, because she's moving, you know, a couple chairs, which nobody ever comes. Well, my son walks in here occasionally. That's it. And he never sit down. He doesn't watch, you know, TV with me. He has his own room, and you know, he doesn't have a TV in it because he doesn't want one in it. We have an extra one, just sitting, you know. But he has a computer and everything. Grown son. But so anyway, I have this chair which feels comfortable. Finally, I'm sitting in something that's comfortable for a while. Hillary also brought over a, well, see, what would be the bottom part of it, what's the the frame thing, and then a box springs. This is a twin bed, and then of course I had my mattress. Before I just had a mattress on top of the metal bottom. I showed you, I think, how both of the things on my son and I both got frames about the same time for our beds, and they had on the bottom, instead of a bars going across or wood slats or something or other, they had very thin wires going across, and those things broke right away. So anyway, my bed is now better. Because Hillary had I never saw it because I was up there a couple of times, but getting upstairs, well, just walking is hard for me, and getting up one flight of stairs. So I was only over to her place over there, I don't know, 5 or 6 times or something, and I never paid any attention to the desks or anything that she had, but she had a nice L-shaped desk, I guess, and she asked me if I wanted it, and I said sure. So I reorganized things there a little bit, made room for it, and then the moving guys came over here with Hillary, with their tape measure and everything, and they said, well, it's L-shaped, so the L part could go down here, but it's blocking half of your bed, or it could go over here and do this. Now I could have moved my little refrigerator or put the refrigerator on the I just said, well, you guys are the experts. What do you think? And the guy said, I don't know. I don't think it would work out for you. And I said, okay, great. I said, Hillary, let's just forget about that. So I didn't get a new desk. But I mentioned this before. I have two, well, you can see in this video that's showing. Let me see if this shows in this other one at all. Well, sort of, yeah. This is in, now, both of these were very easy to put together. First I got one, then I got another. And both of them were very easy to put together. You get a wooden top, and then, things for the 4 corners, and this leg that goes in, and you put some screws into it, and it's very easy to do. They have, from the same company, one that's a little bit longer. And so maybe here in a while, a few weeks or a month or something, maybe I'll buy one and put it over there. I've got, 2 desks right here together, and 2 computers right now. Of course, I might change my mind tomorrow, but it's nice to have these 2 computers here, because if something comes up, a problem, whatever, I can just turn to the other computer and do a search for something. But it would also be nice if I had a desk over there, and one of these computers, probably the Chrome box, over there, because that would give me this entire desk. I've got some notebooks that I put things in, notes and things like that. So it would be nice to have this entire desk for a project that I can spread something out, I know you're supposed to, if you're doing computer stuff, you're supposed to use the software, really. That's the whole idea behind it, I think, computers. So what else? I moved this whiteboard over here, and and I started a few days ago, but today's the first day of the month, and I'm one of these people. I always looked forward to New Year's, to make New Year's resolutions, and for a lot of people, that they think that's silly, whatever. For me, it was like, okay, I can start fresh, not just fresh for like a new month or something, but fresh for a new year, and make these, resolutions and do something and change, my behavior or something. But it really didn't work out. But I have been using a whiteboard, and so I've had problems with taking my medication, especially recently. It may have something to do with my old age. sometimes, forget to take it, and which reminds me I better take the evening medication. It's 1, 2, 4 pills. I think one's missing. So when I was putting the pills in there, I didn't, that's one of the, the other, I think, is naproxen. I take one in the morning, one at night for, is that naproxen? I think so, for diabetes. By the way, if you're watching yesterday's video, I made something with my new microwave thing, and wow, I have 2 of their other products, and they're like smaller, just a great shape, and has a great handle on it. And of course, it has a lid that you snap down, and it has a steam port, and everything. But these and this, you do need to be careful. That's hot steam. Well, this new bowl that I have, that I just used a few hours ago, it doesn't have a handle on it, and I can understand because it's big, and it fit in the microwave okay, and all that kind of stuff. But I can see why they didn't put a handle on it. But when you flip that top and try to raise up some, man, the steam is hot. You need to be careful. So we got a small grocery order in today, and I asked for, which I mentioned I think in the video earlier today, the dirty rice and those other products from that company, and I posted the video or the link for the company. Now you can buy their products in all the grocery stores. They have a whole bunch of rice, different kinds of rices and things like that from Louisiana and that type of stuff. And and I had my ex-wife, she placed an order this morning, and we got it. And I saw it, because we'd run out, I always had a couple boxes in there of the dirty rice and stuff. But she ordered, I don't know, 8 or 10 different ones in there. And so that was, I asked my son, and he's a big fan like I am of rice and noodles and pasta and stuff like that. He said yes, and so then I saw, and I used the new dish, and there was no hamburger that I could add to it. There was, and a lot of times we have the Polish sausage or whatever, very long, not really that expensive, very long. And I've in the past chopped. I when I make rice and things like that, I just look around what can I use in it, and it always works out. Well, this time I had 0 meat available to put in. I think they wanted a pound and a pound and a half or something of meat, and but I made not tacos. I mentioned it the other day. Do you remember? Tamales. And actually there was only one left, so I cut that up and mixed that in with the everything. And then when it was ready, I put some on my, and it didn't look all that great. And then I ate it, and it was okay. Not as good as And then my ex-wife, who is sort of negative about everything I think that I do, and there's things like she just positively, won't eat or won't even try, and stuff. But I said, here, take a look at this. You want some? And she said, yeah, it looks kind of good, which I was surprised. I didn't think it looked that good. And she took a forkful of it, and she said, I like it, it's good. And then my son, when he was the one who requested it, and he likes this kind of stuff. And he said, maybe I'll come back later and have some. And I thought, well, he's not going to. I was surprised. He came, not only did he come back, he came back and finished it off. And then he came in the kitchen just a while ago and said, Dad, that was the best. I really like that. And he's not somebody who's just giving out, compliments, or quite to the contrary. So I was surprised. So it looks like we got a winner here. I just need some ground beef and a few things like that to, do better with it. Anyway, on this whiteboard, I've decided to, although I pay for an app on my cell phone, for putting them, for the diabetes thing, I've been paying, I think, $15 a month or something to be able to put the data in there and it has and does some calculations and stuff too. Like you get your daily, but I've stopped sticking my finger. But anyway, I'm putting stats in there now, officially starting today, but I started the other day. My weight was 234.8. My blood pressure today was 169/74, and heart rate 67. Then I've also created a thing down here to, I've got AM, meds, PM meds with a circle, and then I, exit, put an X on it or whatever when I've actually taken it. And I only have have this one to take for tonight, and I'll have a day where I've actually taken all my medications. I've got a note to myself that I need to set up a hospital go bags, something that I can grab right away and take when I go to the hospital. I'm not somebody who goes to the hospital. Really, all my life, I never went to the hospital. I mean, I had my tonsils out when I was a kid. Until now, and I've got, now I got a little something going on now that I think I may end up, I don't think I'll end up right now going to the hospital, but I think I just had an appointment with my doctor, and I think I've been waiting for Hillary to get done with everything she has to do. Did I tell you? I think I did. The moving company told Hillary that it was $1,200 max for what they were going to do. They knew how far they had to drive and what they saw, what she had, and all that kind of stuff. They actually charged her double. Anyway, I was having some trouble, still having some trouble, a couple weeks ago. I actually started right after I, saw my doctor, and not about it, just a regular checkup, and started having this problem. And then the other day it got kind of bad, and I started getting ready in case I needed to go to the hospital. And I've got several bags in there, but I didn't have any of them set up. One of them is a bag that Hillary gave me, real leather, I think. And I know it was expensive because that was before the of the virus, because she was going quite a bit to the casino, and in all those shops, they sell expensive items. I guess a lot of people win a little bit of money, and then as they're leaving, they buy something, way overpriced or something. And so she got me. I'd kind of hate to take I have other bags. I'm looking at them right now. I could probably turn the camera. Let's see. I think I could turn the camera, and you could maybe see them hanging up in the closet there. Oops. Well, not sure how good it's that black thing next to the brown thing. It's not showing up very good. Well, the closet is something I need to get in there and organize. I've given tons of stuff away, and I've thrown a lot of stuff away too. I just, whoops, might need to tighten this in. It's rotating on its own. Anyway, I need to have a bag ready to go, with a cell phone in it and a charger and an extension, USB extension cord and all this kind of stuff. And so, this pill, which I thought was naproxen, it is naproxen. I thought that was my diabetic pill. Oh, I tell you. Old age is so wonderful, I tell you. Just think what you all have to look forward to. And things are just getting better, aren't they, The environmental situation and all this kind of stuff. My ham radio license is going to expire at the end of this year, so I've got that license up there to remind me. And what I want to do is also, I have the technician's license, amateur radio operator, and that's the first one. That's the beginning level, which is fine with me. All the privileges and things that I can do are. But the next step, I would like to move up to the next step. That's the general class, and you get access to just about everything, just about. And you get access to the high frequency or the shortwave, amateur radio bands and just everything. So there's no excuse for me because it's not really difficult. The technician is super easy. The general is a little bit harder. And but I would like to get that, taken care of. Be a general class amateur radio operator. So what else is going on? Let's see. Yeah, I mentioned this in a video. Let's see, can you see it? Let's see. Okay. See this yellow thing right here? That's like a UPS unit. UPS? Universal Power Supply. I mentioned in one or more of the videos that I made about, I've mentioned many times about my very bad hearing all my life, since the first grade, I think. Because I think they discovered it in the second grade. But this device is made to, you can charge it up off of AC, and it charges up batteries, and then you can plug, stuff into it. And there's a lot of things, like that. I'm looking around for one of the other units, and I have a solar, which Hillary gave me. This, and also gigantic solar cell. It's over there. Not in the window. Well, it's leaning against the window, but not in order to get any. But I'm kind of worried about this one back here because that's the one that I told you about, that I had it charged up just in case of power grid failure in Texas. Texas is so great. The Republicans can't really guarantee you're going to have electrical power because it's a long story. So anyway, I had this charged up just in case, so we could have a little bit of electricity go into a few things. And I mentioned this, that my ex-wife, and I had it sitting for some reason, I moved it in. I think that's after we lost the electrical power here in Texas for a few days, and when it was bitterly cold. The fish in my aquarium died. I thought we were going to die finally. And but I had that, so I guess I'd moved that in there so that we could plug a few things into it in there. And then I just, that was all over, and I just stayed there sitting on the desk in there. And then my ex-wife, and I mean screaming, and I thought, what the hell, I went rushing in there, and she's sitting at her, well, she wasn't typing then, she was just screaming, turn that off, stop that, what is that? And I said, what are you talking about? That sound, turn it off. And I said, is it an alarm? And she's, turn it off. And I said, I don't hear anything. And that thing is super, super loud, I guess. Well, I've never heard it. It is super loud. And so finally, I started hitting button because I've never really messed with it that much. I hit a button, and I said, now is it stopped? No! And then I hit another button. I said, I wanted her to tell me that it was off. Is it off now? Well, yes. So I'm a little bit gun shy of that. Maybe I should read the instructions on it. In the past, like I told you, I lived here alone. Well, first, actually, I was living with my grandson, Hillary's son. And then he went with Hillary. And so here by myself. And then my ex-wife was next door, and my grown son. And so I had a pretty expensive scanner for scanning radio frequencies and the weather and the aircraft and that kind of stuff. And Jimmy, my son, was interested in it, and I said, here, take it over, hook it up and everything. And these apartments, actually, they're really well designed or something. We really don't have any trouble with neighbors. I mean, we can't, the way things are arranged, and I guess the construction, thank God we don't have, because a lot of people live in apartments. Well, when I was working in Miami at a mall, Dayland Mall, it was a big, well, when we moved in, they were apartments. And then while we were there, they decided to become condos. And so we were contacted. That was my son, Ken, and myself. He was going through FAA school, and he finished it to be an air traffic controller. I've mentioned that story. But anyway, on like a Friday night, and we lived right across the street from the mall that I worked at, security. And on Friday night, there were some people about in the middle of the mall. and I've never heard anything that music. I've never heard anything that loud before. You could hear it through I could hear it when I crossed the street, when I went into the mall parking garage, and when I got inside of Dispatch. I could hear these people. It was unbelievable. People living next door to them. It was just insane. So these apartments here are very well designed. Sometimes people live in an apartment or something, you have somebody upstairs or downstairs or something that are partying, and you have to go and say, please, could you turn it down a little bit? I work midnight shift, or I work, something. You have to do that. We don't have that trouble at all. It's a good thing my ex-wife plays the television 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. I don't think anybody hears it. But anyway, I gave my son this scanner, and it was like late at night. I was using my computer or whatever, and I heard that they have a weather thing you can turn on, so that when the Weather Bureau puts out one of these alerts, it sounds a tone, and then it kicks in, and so you get the warning of severe thunderstorms or tornado or whatever. It went off, and I could hear it here, and it was like late at night, and I headed over there, and he still had it going, and I hit the button or whatever, and I said, keep it down, whatever, and that was the last time. I don't think he even messed with it after that. He just messed with it a little bit. I don't know how many scanners I've had. One, I've mentioned that story. I won't tell it again. Well, I will tell it again probably someday. I actually a 4-channel crystal scanner. I had the local police frequency for Kansas City, Missouri, in there where I was working. The zone, I had the other zones, some other zones, but I had the zone on a lot of the time when I was outside in the parking lot, that type of stuff. And the police officer started a police chase a few hundred feet from where I was, and I was getting ready to cross the street right there, and I heard that, but I stopped. I forget. Let's say 133 car chase, Linwood and Wabash, Linwood car chase, and I stopped. I thought I was thinking, well, that's not, and then zoom, the car being chased went, like that, and I was on the curb, like that far from me, and then the police officer was right behind him, and then the police officer finally got his lights on. It took him a little bit of time to get his lights on, and whatever, and so it just about saved, I think it saved my life, really. So, small world. I have 2 cell phones. I have the Pixel 3A, I think, and then I have Motorola, the old stylus version. This is a cover on it. Never can get this stylus thing out of here. Okay, there you go. So I have Mint service on the Pixel 3A, and on this one is not Mint. It's one of those other cheap, let's see, not Mint. Anyway, I had on my Pixel 3A, all charged up. I had Google Fi, and I talked about that. There's a story to that. I signed up for Google Fi, and they were really expensive. I think they've come down in price some. But anyway, I switched, and I've got Mint with this. I've been happy. I don't use my phone very much. I don't like to talk on the phone. Probably because of my, hearing problems too. But now I would like to have, now this is the old Motorola stylus from like a year ago. Their new one has very small changes to it. But I would like to have a cell phone that's like, larger screen. I would like to have a 6.1, 6.2, 6.1, 6.2, 6.3, something like that. That's why I would like to have that. But my Mint expires today. In a few hours it will expire. It's not set to auto-renew. And I have everything here that I need for, I have the SIM card in there and everything I need. So I'm going to wait till like after midnight and then hopefully put in the Google Fi card. And I think they've reduced their prices or whatever. I think it's a flat rate thing now and everything. So I'll be going to Google Fi. I don't know why I have two cell phones. I don't like phones, period. Well, I like the ability to look up, like if I'm at the doctor's office and the doctor says, well, what's been your blood pressure for the last week or something, then I can, pull it up or something, if I can find it. So, I was holding up the phone again, and anyway, I guess that's enough. We got a small order of food today. Got dip and some French fries. Potato chips. I eat too much of it, but guess that's it. Thank you very much for watching.